Have you ever wondered why you reach for the same snack night after night, even when you promised yourself you would eat healthy? The answer lurks deep within, hidden forces guiding every choice you make.
Welcome to our channel, where we dive into the labyrinth of the human mind and unearth the wisdom of ages to solve life's toughest puzzles. If your heart beats for truth, wisdom, and self-growth, then this channel is your sanctuary. Subscribe, share your reflections, and let's journey together.
Picture this. You step into a room full of people you barely know. A friendly face smiles at you from across the circle, while another looks away. Without realizing it, your mind races. Should you walk over or find an empty chair? By the time you settle, hours have passed, and every moment was steered by invisible hands. In today's journey, we peel back the layers of our own consciousness. We will expose the secrets of instinct, emotion, social whispers, bias, and ancient wisdom. You will uncover truths so powerful, you might see every choice through new eyes. So sit back, let go of your old beliefs, and brace yourself for hidden forces that have been writing your life story, one decision at a time. 1. Instinct, the silent navigator.
He who knows others is wise. He who knows himself is enlightened.
Lao Tzu. We are born with a compass. From the first breath we draw, nature equips us with instincts. Fast, invisible arrows that nudge us towards safety, comfort, and survival. However, in the modern world, these arrows still point us in directions that may no longer be good for us. Understanding and retraining our instincts is the first step to freedom. Deep in our brain lies the ancient reptilian core, designed hundreds of millions of years ago. Its sole purpose then was to help our ancestors survive predators, to trigger fight, flight, or freeze. Today, that ancient impulse still fires. A sudden loud sound, a looming deadline, or even a threatening text message can spark that same survival reaction. Yet, unlike our ancestors, our battles are rarely physical. They are social, emotional, and mental. Imagine you are driving and see brake lights flare ahead. Without thinking, your foot slams the pedal. Instinct saved you. But when the same reflex kicks in during a work meeting, your heart racing, palms sweating, you might misinterpret guilt for fear or anxiety for incompetence. We often confuse raw instinct with intuition. Instinct is reactive, a sudden jerk away from a hot stove. Intuition is reflective, the quiet confidence you feel when making a deeply felt decision. While instinct is essential for rapid responses, intuition emerges when we have honed experience and deep self-knowledge. Ancient Stoics like Seneca taught us to pause, to question. Is this mere reaction, or is it a voice of reason? To reclaim control, begin by naming your instincts. When you feel that sudden urge, whether to eat that chocolate bar or to swipe on your phone, pause and ask yourself, what is the true danger here? By practicing this daily, you build a barrier between primal urges and deliberate choice. Stoic practice. Each night, write down moments when instinct led you astray. Reflect. What triggered me? What could I do differently next time? This simple exercise rewires your silent navigator over time. Have you ever felt an instant good or bad vibe when meeting someone? That is instinct at work, using tiny cues, tone of voice, body posture, scent, to decide friend or foe. While useful, these split-second judgments can mislead in a world of complex motives. Consider two colleagues, one with a loud laugh, one with a quiet tone. Your instinct may label the laugher as overly confident and the quiet one as shy. Yet, beneath the surface, the quiet person may possess deep wisdom, and the laugher may use humor to mask insecurity.
The Indian sage Patanjali said, "When the mind becomes fixed on one view, it overlooks what lies on either side."
Instinct fixes us. Stoics counseled daily self-scrutiny, examining every impulse under the light of reason. In modern terms, this is mindfulness, a bridge between instinct and intention.
2. Emotions, the unseen currents. No man is free who is not master of himself. Epictetus. Beneath every thought, emotion flows. Emotions color our decisions, often without our permission. If instinct is the arrow, emotions are the wind, capable of speeding us up, slowing us down, or pushing us wildly off course. Neuroscience reveals that emotions arise in the limbic system, older than our thinking brain. Before logic has a chance to argue, emotion has already stamped its verdict. In business, politics, or love, this means that rational arguments often pale before the power of a well-crafted story or a moving image. Take advertising. Why do we feel compelled to cry at a tearful reunion commercial? Because emotion bypasses reason, embedding brands in our heart. Once that bond is formed, logic struggles to break free. Imagine a child standing before a test. The instant they think, "I might fail," a wave of fear floods their mind. This "am I good enough" emotion hijacks logic, leading to freezing, procrastination, or simply giving up. Yet, beneath that fear often lies the wisdom of potential growth. Seneca reminded us, "Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body." When we face emotional waves, we can choose to surf them rather than be swallowed. Begin by charting moments of strong feeling: anger, joy, shame, love. Notice patterns. Do you snap when someone corrects you? Do you avoid tasks that bring pride but risk failure? By mapping triggers, you transform emotional currents into navigable waters. Practical step: keep a brief emotion journal. Each time a strong feeling arises, jot the trigger, your thought, and your response. After a week, review and ask, did my reaction help me reach my goal? Or did it push me off course? Epictetus taught the dichotomy of control. Some things depend on us, others don't. Emotions are partly ours, our judgments about events. By challenging the belief behind an emotion, we dissolve its power. The next time you feel anger, ask, what am I telling myself about this situation? Is that thought true, necessary, kind? In crowds, emotions spread like wildfire. Think of a stadium chanting in unison, individual minds pulled by collective emotion. Our decisions in groups can be more intense, more rash, and sometimes more heroic. Recognizing this helps us decide when to follow the wave and when to swim against it. Social influence, the invisible handshake. Man is by nature a social animal, said Aristotle. From birth, we learn by imitation. The culture around us whispers rules: what to wear, how to think, whom to trust. Social influence is like an invisible handshake, agreement without words, that shapes our values and choices. Classic psychology experiments show how easily we follow the crowd. Solomon Asch found people reject their own eyes to align with a group's wrong answer. Milgram revealed that ordinary people will obey authority to the point of harming others. The lesson: our need to belong can override moral judgment. When a restaurant is full, we assume the food is good. In finance, investors rush to buy a rising stock, not because of fundamentals, but because others do. Social proof, can lead to great discoveries or tragic bubbles. To resist social force, Stoics recommended regular solitude and reflection. Marcus Aurelius sought quiet moments to remind himself of his own values, independent of Rome's crowds. Today, digital solitude, an hour without social media, can help us distinguish genuine needs from social cravings. Every society provides a script, how we celebrate, mourn, succeed. But scripts can trap us. The ancient proverb says, "Not all that glitters is gold." Question inherited scripts. Does getting a certain job, marrying at a certain age, living in a certain place truly match your purpose? Once we see the handshake, we can choose our partners. Define your code of conduct. Write a personal creed that outlines your values. When a social cue conflicts with your creed, you have the power to say no. Cognitive bias, the mind's shortcuts. We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more from imagination than from reality, said Seneca. Our brain uses rules of thumb, biases, to make decisions fast. But these shortcuts can lead to errors, misjudging risks, misplacing value, misreading people. We favor information that confirms existing beliefs. We rely too heavily on the first piece of information. We judge likelihood by how easily examples come to mind. These biases act without our awareness. When shopping, a product priced $100 before, now $70, seems a bargain, even if its true value is $50. In relationships, confirmation bias can keep us stuck. We notice every fault in a partner, but ignore every strength. Stoics taught focusing on what you control and appreciating what you have, an antidote to bias-driven dissatisfaction. Slow down. Pause before deciding. Seek disagreement. Ask someone who disagrees. Consider the opposite. Deliberately look for evidence against your view. The Greek proverb warns, "The eye sees only what the mind is prepared to comprehend." By preparing our mind through study, journaling, and dialogue, we expand what we can truly see. Regularly audit your decisions. List choices you made this week. Note any bias that might have influenced you, and consider alternative outcomes. Over time, this practice increases clarity. 5. Unconscious associations. The hidden currents. The mind is everything. What you think, you become, said Buddha. Beneath our conscious thought flow deep associations. Words, images, sounds, smells, linked to memories, beliefs, and cultural signals. These associations steer our choices without a whisper of warning. Brands spend billions testing which colors, fonts, and scents create positive associations. Walk into a store, and the right fragrance can make you linger, spend more, and leave feeling good. Most shoppers never realize their joy was designed. Researchers found that people who briefly saw words related to old age walked more slowly afterward. A subtle prime, words flashed on a screen, can change behavior. Knowing this, we can guard our mind by changing our environment. Fill your workspace with reminders of your true goals, not the goals others want for you. Your childhood kitchen smell, a song from your youth, a phrase your family repeated. These primes shape your preferences. Reflect on your favorites and ask, why this song? Why this dish? You may unearth surprising roots. To change hidden currents, pair new experiences with desired feelings. Want to love exercise? Choose music that uplifts you only for workouts. Over time, your mind links the two, and you'll feel joy at the sight of your running shoes. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." Choose primes that dye your mind with courage, gratitude, and wisdom. Now you know the silent arrows of instinct, the wind of emotion, the handshake of society, the shortcuts of bias, and the undercurrents of unconscious associations. These hidden forces have been shaping your story since birth.
But awareness is your power. When you pause, reflect, and apply ancient wisdom, you transform from a ship caught in currents to a master navigator of your own life.
If this journey opened your eyes, hit like, subscribe, and share your own hidden forces in the comments below. Let's uncover more layers together. Until next time, be curious, be brave, and steer your own destiny.